Recently, new consideration was made on the radome of aliens' society. The radome is also used as a free energy supply device as invented by Nikola Tesla, and seems to be able to perform wireless power transmission, wireless communication, and broadcasting as well. Recently, we are studying about the aliens' society. In the center of one section making up the city, there is always a radome with a height of 200 meters, 656 feet 2 inches, above the building. A radome, which is a portmanteau of radar and dome, is a structural, weatherproof enclosure that protects a radar antenna. Radomes on the Earth protect the antenna from the natural environment such as wind, rain, snow, sand, ice, sunlight, etc. At the same time, radomes conceal the antenna electronic equipment from view. They also protect nearby personnel from being accidentally struck by quickly rotating antennas. The radome on the Earth is constructed of materials such as fiberglass, PTFE-coated fabric, and others, that minimally attenuate the electromagnetic signal transmitted or received by the antenna, effectively transparent to radio waves. In the case of the Earth, we dislike the day and night temperature change inside the radome and in many cases paint the appearance whitely, or use a white material, for the purpose of reflecting the solar heat. Spherical radome is often used for radar that rotates within the radome and monitors 360 degrees. When a stealth property is required for a military aircraft, in the case of a completely transmissive radome in the related art, the metallic casing of the internal electronic devices and the antenna surface efficiently reflect radar waves from the outside. So then, the stealth machine in the aircraft called the so-called radome, which uses only the wavelength of radar waves of its own by the selectively permeable material, is used, and the structure of the internal equipment and the external surface also suppresses reflection. Nikola Tesla, July 10, 1856 to January 7, 1943, is an electrical engineer and inventor from the mid-19th century to the mid-20th century. There are also numerous inventions such as AC electric method, radio steering, fluorescent lamp, famous Tesla coil in the air discharge experiment, and grand proposals such as World Wireless System, which is the global transmission system. Also, he left his name to the magnetic flux density unit Tesla. Nikola Tesla invented a wireless power transmission device using electromagnetic waves, the World Wireless System, Tesla World System. And in 1905, he built Wardenclyffe Tower at Long Island in New York State for the purpose of the experiment of radio wave communication and power transmission. The experiment was conducted, but it failed because the electromagnetic wavelength as low as 150 kHz was used, its attenuation was fast, and it was weak at reaching point. In August 1953, Mr. Salvador Villanueva Medina, a Mexican, took the Venusian UFO, visited Venus, and saw the Venusian society, which enjoyed the space scientific era. After that, 65 years later, in the year 2018, the science and technology of the Earthian society has advanced greatly, but it is much far away from the science and technology of Venusian society. The most important book written about the ideal society of the space aliens I visited planet Venus. Yo estuve en el planeta Venus, written by Salvador Villanueva Medina in German, Spanish, French, or Japanese. In the building with a huge cupola with height of 200 meters, 656 feet 2 inches, in the center of one section, the area number of the area under jurisdiction is recorded. The building with a huge cupola that functions as the administrative department of one section, one group, has jurisdiction over 24 buildings. Each group consists of dining rooms, accommodations, cinemas, games, sound rooms, libraries, food laboratories, medical centers, clothing laboratories, clothing washing laboratories, etc. One group may have about 5,000 to 10,000 people living. The administrative division automatically controls the distribution of clothing and food, and the climate and lighting in each area. In addition, the administrative department has continuous communication with ships and buildings, and in the cupola part it receives the sound, vibration, of the whole universe. And they study the received sound to classify and materialize. In addition, this cupola maintains the shape and altitude of the atmospheric layer of Venus and controls the temperature outside the building. Also, the management of each building is also the task of this administrative department. Furthermore, inside the building there is a living record-keeping room. It seems to be a large supercomputer connected to the external artificial intelligence via a network. There, they can study even from the past to the present and the anticipated future. They can see the construction process of those buildings, even if they do not go outside that building, and they can see the assembly of vehicles and the manufacturing process of clothing and food that are going on in the building. Monitoring system inside other buildings is thorough and seems to be able to observe even in three-dimensional holographic images. Even on other planets in the universe, a high surveillance headquarters tower building with a dome like a mirror always exists in the center of one section, so it plays a role of a provider here, monitors the residents and the entire section, and also fulfills the protection energy adjustment of one section. The artificial intelligence AI facility monitoring the residents seems to exist extensively in different areas independently. And the planets maintaining advanced scientific civilizations are sure to introduce artificial intelligence AI management system. In addition, the planetary people of the space scientific era always have small microchips embedded at birth. The huge circle ceiling covers their whole world, Venus, and it shines from various parts of the world to shining light rays. This circular ceiling absorbs the heat and light of the sun's rays and amplifies it by mixing certain ingredients into thick cloud layers. Therefore, there is no night. In fact, the radome on the building of the aliens' society is close to a spherical shape, has the stealth function, and emits some kind of plasma energy, neutrinos, or other light rays to the thick cloud layer. They might be taking measures to make an artificial shield so that the entire residential area cannot be seen from above the atmosphere layer by the stealth function of radomes. Even on the Earth, the scientist of reincarnation of Nikola Tesla, who is the electricity god, will invent the Earthian radome which has the same functions as the radome of aliens society by the end of the 21st century.